Good morning, Year 7, and welcome to this, our first virtual assembly. I want to start off by saying well done and thank you for the way that you've followed the government guidance to stay at home and in so doing protect the NHS and help to save lives. It's never been more important than it is now to follow that guidance, and I thank you for doing that. And I'd also like to say well done and thank you for the way in which you've approached your home learning. Your teachers have said how incredibly impressed they've been by the way that you've tried the tasks and engaged, and with the work that you've sent them. They're excited to be able to mark it and provide feedback and send that back to you to help you to improve so that your learning journey can continue through these unprecedented times. On their behalf and on my behalf, thank you. The theme of our assembly today is On This Day. I've chosen two historical events that have taken place on this day, the 30th of March, and I want to unpick their importance. The first event I've chosen is from 1867, because on this day in 1867, the United States bought Alaska from Russia. Alaska is located to the northwest of the mainland US and to the western side of Canada, and it's separated from Russia by a small thin stretch of the Bering Sea. And up until 1867, Russia owned this land. After much hard work and a long negotiation, the US was able to seal the deal and make Alaska the largest US state. The cost of the deal was $7.2 million. If that was today's prices, that would equate to $110 million. While that sounds a huge amount of money, it's actually really good value. If we look at that equivalent to a hectare, or the area of 2 football pitches side by side, that would be 5 cents per hectare. Really good value for money. In fact, when we look at how much Alaska's worth today, $37 billion, it means that that land deal was the greatest in history. And Alaska is now 33,500 times more valuable than it was when it was purchased. And also on this day, the 30th of March, in 1853, Vincent van Gogh was born. Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch painter, probably most famous for his painting of a vase with 15 sunflowers. This painting was sold at auction in London in 1987 for $39.7 million. But that's not the most expensive painting he painted. Portrait of Dr. Gachet was sold in New York in 1990 for a staggering $82.5 million. Figures that are difficult or hard to understand. And it made me start to think about what something is really worth. We're going through unprecedented times, difficult times, times where we've had to get our heads together to be able to accept what is now our new norm. And it made me think about what's the real value of something. The real value of being able to leave your house. Something that up until 3 weeks ago we took for granted. Being able to step outside, being able to feel the wind on your face, being able to walk to school. Something that at the time had no value, but now is incredibly valuable. Being able to spend time with your friends. Again, something that we took for granted, something that you enjoyed day in, day out. But now something that has a real value, and something that when we come through this period, you will hopefully value even more. But possibly the most valuable thing at the moment, your family. Your family who love and care for you, your family that look after you. You've probably spent more time with your family now than you have in your lifetime. And that value can't be underestimated. The value of things that we have taken for granted before being more valuable than we could possibly imagine. My message to you is this: it's important to value what truly matters, not what something costs, not what we could sell or buy it for, but what it matters to us. The value of something that you can't get back. The value of something that before we would have taken for granted, but now has shown how important it is. It's important during this period for you to stay engaged, to stay safe, and stay well. Make sure that you look after yourselves and your loved ones. Let's measure the true value of friends, of family, of the day-to-day aspects of our lives that before we've just taken for granted, and to enjoy them and to value them truly, day in, day out, with no excuses. Take care, everyone, and stay safe.